Amakhosi Network, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be chatting about a very, very big thing, and that is a question that was posed on the comments by Nicholas Villagazi, and he asked, would we consider Nabi the best coach in the past 10 years if he manages to basically win the Nedbank Cup, end up in top 8, and get us into CAF Confederation? And that's going to be the topic of today, but there's other topics that we're going to be chatting about. I almost dropped my phone. And one of the topics we're also going to be chatting about is a condolence. There's a very big Kaizer Chiefs supporter who passed away. Well, that's the news that we're getting. And yeah, I just want to shout out that person towards the end of the video, basically. But before we get into that, please like, comment, and subscribe. But before I get there, let me say this. There's someone in the comments who came through and he was attacking me, say about what I said about Khune. And that is who Bra Raymond, I don't know how old you are, so I'm just going to say Bra Raymond. But anyway, Bra Raymond basically said, I'm out of order for saying what I said about Itu, that Itu has earned his stripes, he has gotten the scars, and he has paid his dues to be able to make comments the comments he made yesterday. And I disagree. There's nothing wrong with Itu criticizing. There's nothing wrong with Itu basically giving insight on the team and whatever the case may be. But the one place I disagree with is when you, as Itu, act as if you were not there when making those exact same mistakes as these players in the past few seasons. In the past few seasons, Itu has been one of the worst keepers, including these Bavumas and Abo Peterson. He has been there. He has also been part of the problem in the past few years. Because if Itu was as good as people are making him out to be, would we even be talking about Bruce Bvuma being our keeper today? No, they let Itu go for a reason. They didn't let him go because they said his time is over. No, they let him go because it was clear he's earning a lot of money and he's not even being able to produce the kind of results as a keeper. They can see his body slowing down. If you watched Itu last season, you could see something very clearly, and that was his body could not do what he wanted his body to do. He would try to jump and he would be struggling to jump, or even worse, if he manages to make that dive, getting up for a second save and stuff would be difficult. He would struggle to stand up, and that goes to the point of taking care of your body. If you take care of your body and you don't drink, like I said, allegedly, etc., you will be able to reach 40 and still be a flexible keeper, a keeper that can jump around and stuff. But if you don't take care of your body, your career gets cut short. But anyway, let's get into the Nabi topic. So if Nabi wins the Nedbank Cup, gets us into CAF Confederation and reaches the top 8, would I deem him to be our best coach in the past few seasons? And this is going to be my answer. We have to go back a bit and see what we've achieved in the past 10 years. In the past 10 years, I'm going to look at more the league stats, because we know under Steve Compel and stuff, we lost in cup finals and all of those things. So we're going to leave those things. But there's two very important points that are basically league contentions that I'm going to talk about, or achievements in the year. And that's going to be the Kevin Hunt year and the Nabi year. Those two are going to be important. But the Nabi year could end like about Steve Compella's year. If he doesn't win the Nedbank Cup. But now we're talking about this as if Nabi does win the Nedbank Cup. But in the past 10 or so seasons, from Steve Compella's first, let me count the seasons. Steve Compella's first season finished 5th, then 4th, then 3rd, then we finished 9th, then 2nd for Middendorp, then 8th, then 5th, and then 5th again, and then 10th last season. That's how the league has been going. So our best league season was under Middendorp, and then the year we went to the CAF Champions League final, we finished 8th. So from all of this, I'm going to compare two seasons, and that is Nabi's season versus Kevin Hunt's season. Kevin Hunt's season, we finished what? Top 8. Kevin Hunt's season, we did not go to, I don't recall us going to cup finals, but except for CAF Champions League, of course, but I'm talking more in the league. It was not a good year in the Kevin Hunt season, but the biggest part of Kevin Hunt's season is that Kevin Hunt took us to a place that Kaizer Chiefs has never gone before, and that's the final of the CAF Champions League. We were 90 minutes away from winning a star on the Kaizer Chiefs badge. Something that even our legends, even the best players, about Dr. Kumalo and all these amazing players, Abom Besuma, all of these amazing players failed to do. The best we could do is like winning the Confederation Cup, which is still a good thing, but the CAF Champions League, we couldn't do. Yes, in saying that, sometimes the other legends may feel hard done by because Kaizer Chiefs, honestly, as management, didn't care about the CAF Champions League. They felt like it's too expensive to go and compete for the CAF Champions League because they felt that the reward of the CAF Champions League versus the cost of the CAF Champions League didn't make sense. Versus today, the reward of playing CAF Champions League versus the cost is actually better. You're not losing out by participating. You at least, I think a lot of people are at least breaking even. So that's what I wanted to say about what it looked like there in terms of Kevin Hunt's season. So Kevin Hunt's season may have looked poor. It felt like Nabi's season sometimes. Kevin Hunt's season, we just didn't know if we're coming or going, but the young players did pull us through, Nabo Castro and Nabo Nukovic, etc. But there was a lot of injuries, similar to Nabi's season, a lot of injuries. So that was also the part of the problem for Kevin Hunt. But if Nabi wins the MTN 8, he gets us into CAF Confederation, and we end up in top 8. Will that be better than Kevin Hunt's season? And this is going to be my opinion. A lot of you are going to consider winning the MTN 8 to be, or the Nedbank Cup, to hold a lot more weight because it will be us breaking a duck that we failed to break in 10 years, meaning us winning a trophy, meaning us celebrating, meaning us doing all of these things. And I am going to give my opinion. And when I give my opinion on this, please don't kill me for my opinion. This is my opinion. I feel getting second in the CAF Champions League final holds more weight than winning the Nedbank Cup. And yes, winning the Nedbank Cup means that we're going to, we've already going to be in CAF Confederation. So that one is closed. The only two things Nabi has to finish now is winning the trophy and actually ending in top 8. But for me, being in the CAF Confederation Cup gave us even the prize money. If you looked at the prize money that we got for actually finishing second, it's almost as the value of winning the league. Because being second in CAF Champions League, this is what it means. It means you were the second best team in Africa. That is what it means. It means Africa with its 54 countries. I don't know. There's some countries that have been. I think there's some new countries, maybe 55. But the people who remember the number will correct me. Out of the plus 50 countries in Africa, South Africa or Kaizer Chiefs finished as. I'm even saying this wrong because there are 52 countries or 54, whatever. But obviously the leagues are different. So there's like about 16 or 18 teams that could make CAF Champions League, etc. So it's actually the achievement of finishing second out of all those leagues is actually way bigger than one even thinks. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. In my view, it will still be Kevin Hunt's league finish in the CAF Champions League that will still hold more weight for me because of what it means to finish second in CAF Champions League. And if people don't understand what it means, what it meant to be second, is that, guys, do you know how close we were to making Club World Cup? where we were also going to get that or close to 200 million of the FIFA Club World Cup because of our second place finish. That second place finish almost got us there. We just had to be participating in CAF Champions League for more years to come, and we were going to find a spot in there. But because that was the last time we really did well in CAF Champions League, and that was that. So that's my opinion on that, and you guys will let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you value more winning a trophy to coming second. I know that's how a lot of you are going to view it, but in my view, there's a difference between winning a trophy and what that trophy means. For example, if South Africa, as Bafana, if Bafana goes and wins the AFCON, would you feel there's more weight to Bafana winning the AFCON or coming second in the FIFA World Cup? And for me, coming second in the FIFA World Cup holds more weight than winning the AFCON. And that is just the best way I can describe it. I don't know if you guys agree to what I'm saying, but yeah. But the other point I wanted to say is rest in peace to a guy that was on Twitter. I don't want to mention the name and stuff like that out of respect, but for those of you who know and are on Twitter Spaces, you'll know that this guy has always been the most entertaining person. His spaces have been great. He has been very inclusive, and he was the heart and soul of soccer spaces, PSL soccer spaces on Twitter. And when I say heart and soul, I'm like, yeah, you know, he was part of the reason why I joined the spaces, and I enjoyed the spaces just based on his humor and how he carried the space. But now there's news coming out that he may have passed, so rest in peace. And he was the guy who actually showed me that Ronwen Williams, as good as he is winning all these cups, but a shot on target with Ronwen Williams oftentimes is a goal. And the sad part about what I'm saying is that Sundowns barely have shots. The teams barely get shots on target with Sundowns. But the moment you get a shot on target with Sundowns, oftentimes it's a goal. And that we saw with Kaizer Chiefs, how we reached the final. Our shots on target against Ronwen Williams just ended up being goals. So to say, yeah, you know, his actual name for what we used to see was that Ronwen Williams or Umbobo Vuleg. So take with that what you will. But anyway, apart from that, Nabi, my last point is this. Nabi needs to make it into top 8. A part of me is sad that I am talking about top 8 like this. It really pains me and hurts me to know that I am asking my coach to just find a way to get us into top 8 so we can also be in the MTN 8. Yeah, it's very painful for me to say something like that because Bafet, Mina, I don't know what more I can say. Because every time I say this, it feels like people call you an anti-Nabi supporter. But with the level of players we have in our team, we should not be 7 to 6 points away from the last team on the log. We should not. It is a sin, it is a crime for Kaizer Chiefs with the current score. And I'm saying this for you to understand that even Cape Town City is close to what is the second last team on the log. These guys have some of the best players in the league, yet they are there. So this season for me is very weird. How is it that Cape Town City is so close to the bottom? Cape Town City, SuperSport, one person may understand with SuperSport because they may have the players, but they've been selling their best players and they haven't been replacing all of their best players with the same amount of quality. But even saying that, I don't think SuperSport should be where they are. But anyway, you know, SuperSport was one of those teams where I always felt like one day they're going to find themselves there. The way they sell their best players, one day it was going to happen. But Cape Town City is one that I feel sorry for because everything that John Committees does for that team and for the coaches and etc., they should not be there. Because if I have to tell you the players that was sitting at Cape Town City, people will think I'm joking to say they're second last. It's players like Abo Mkhize, Abo Nodada, Abo Sirero, Muhojo, Abo Petres, Abo Rhodes, Email, Vidboy, I guys know there's Ashin, there's a lot of talent in Cape Town City. Nyama, how can these players be bottom two? And at the same time, how can Chiefs be fighting? People think I'm joking when I say this, but Kaizer Chiefs is essentially fighting relegation, guys. We are fighting relegation. And the sad part about me saying fighting relegation is if you lose games, you are in relegation more and more. If you win games, you are in top 8. So in the last 4 games for Chiefs this season, if we win at the very least 2 games, if we win 2 games out of our last 4 games, we are probably going to be definitely in the top 8. But if we lose our last 4 games, we will be fighting relegation. And relegation, all of us are hoping that because Royal AM has been officially expelled, we are hoping that the last team, which is going to be team number 15, is just going to have to go for playoffs. And then when you go for playoffs, I'm sorry to say, whichever NFD team is going to come against, either SuperSport, Cape Town City, I don't want to even include Chiefs because I feel like we're going to make it into top 8. I don't know how, but I feel like we're going to make top 8. But whichever NFD team who's going to be in the playoffs with those teams, good luck, because there's just too much firepower. But anyway, Amakhosi.